This is my new little venture of answering your questions electronically. Often we get to all sorts of questions during practice group, and sometimes we just cannot get to all of them. And so this is where I'm going to give you a little bit of follow-up. So one question that came up last week was the question about being patronizing when we begin using a communication model. I think somebody said something to the effect of, I'm studying NVC, and I love the model, and my very intelligent friends are familiar with the model, but they're not really that turned on by it and don't want to use it. And so when we're talking and I switch into NVC, they can tell that I'm using it and they get annoyed with me because they feel patronized and condescended to. So what can I do about this? So let's talk a little bit about that. It is very, very common when we are practicing a new communication style for us to apply it before we've really integrated it into our hearts. And so what is often happening when you get feedback from other people that it is condescending or it's patronizing, it simply means that you're still working on the technicalities of it and you're still putting conscious effort into using the new tool, and it isn't coming across to other people as authentically from your heart. And so their little BS detectors go off and they see you trying to use a new language, which you are, and their suspicion alerts go up. For many of us who've grown up in domination cultures, when people start using a communication tool, it's simply another form of manipulation. It's another way in which people are going to get very clever in how they word something or how they frame something. And so we've learned to be suspicious of people who begin speaking in ways that don't feel authentic. So, my dear, this is the problem that you have. You want to practice a new way of speaking, and you need a place to go and try on this new language, but it's not actually natural for you yet. It's not flowing from your heart, it's not flowing authentically, and you're putting in a lot of conscious effort. I highly recommend switching into a place of authenticity with your friends and leave the communication model alone completely. Just practice it with people who are practicing with you. Practice it with people who understand and are on board with the awkwardness. And when you're speaking with your friends, talk from your heart. Get self-connected. Connect down to how you're feeling, what you're actually needing. Do it internally and use language that is connecting. The essence of NVC is to form a quality of connection between two people so that more needs are more likely to get met. And the key point there is use whatever language is necessary to create quality connections. And if the words you're using are getting in the way, drop down and use more authentic ones. It's not about using a formula. And if you're trying to apply a formula, that's probably where you're going wrong. Okay? I hope that that helps for this week. And see you next time. So, one of the things that I would love to hear from you after that is, have you tried a new communication technique? Where has it gone wrong? Have you gotten feedback that you sound patronizing and condescending? And if so, what have you done about it? What has been a helpful thing for you to remember when you're practicing a new communication tool with new people? See you next week.